He joins me now, and it's great to see you. I love you've called it No Spin.
Yeah, it's brutally honest.
It really, crikey, it's all in here, isn't it? So was that the whole thing? I mean, you were saying that maybe it was a chance to change some perceptions that the public might have of you. This is you.
Yeah, it is. It's brutally honest, as I said. And the other thing is, look, people, they're going to like you or not like you. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I just hope they get a better understanding of who I am and what makes me tick. Sure, there's been plenty of headlines for good and bad things, but it's not all about the headlines, and perception doesn't always equal reality. So I hope people that do read the book have a better understanding, as I said, of who I am.
So the perception, would you say that the public might think you are just like kind of a party animal, you know, a naughty boy?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It was to change that a bit.
Yeah, well, look, I am a bit naughty and I do like to have a little bit of fun.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's more to me than just, you know, the headlines of going out drinking, partying and all those things.
Sure.
You know, I trained really, really hard to try and be the best cricketer I possibly could. I love being a father to 3 great children. I'm very lucky to have some great people around me. The journey I've had in my cricketing life, I've met some very interesting people over the years. I achieved some things that, you know, I couldn't have done in my wildest dreams. So I was very, very lucky to play in a great area of Australian cricket and have some success along the way.
Oh, a hell of a lot of success. I mean, unbelievable amounts of success.
Thank you.
You're called the Sultan of Swing. I love that. I think that's a great... It's just such a brilliant description. It's interesting reading the book, because I think people on the outside would look at you and think a charmed life, but actually throughout the book, the amount of stress that you have to deal with. And as you said, the nights when you're up worrying, or there's going to be a headline the next day, or there's going to be a lurid story coming out about you. And you do, I mean, you know, you sort of look as if you're somebody that would, and very Australian in the fact that you can deflect.
Yeah.
But it, you know, it affects you. That has to affect you.
Yeah, look, I put a lot of it on myself. It was my own fault, a lot of the things that happened off the field and on the field at times too. But there's a lot of things that weren't fair either, and that still has impact. So your actions always have an impact. And, you know, with 3 children, I'm not proud of some of the things I did, and it impacted on them. So, yeah, there's some really tough times. I was lucky that I could compartmentalise, where once I crossed that white line and walked onto the field, it was like, right, that's not happening. That's not going very well. I'm not going to let this fail. And, you know, I was pretty driven and I just went out to win.
I guess hugely famous, of course, but then you sort of went into another league when you started going out with Elizabeth Hurley. You call her Elizabeth all the time, all the way through the book. Yeah. Never Liz.
No. She liked to be called Elizabeth. It's Elizabeth. Like, you know, my name's Shane. You don't like to be called something else. No,
indeed. No, that's very true. But you two, I mean, you say in the book, you're very honest about it, that it was such a happy time for you. Probably the happiest time in your life when the two of you were together. It just worked. There was just chemistry there from the very start.
There was a chemistry, and we had, you know, when we were together, we both had a great time. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. It wasn't something that she did wrong or I did wrong. It was just one of those things that just fizzled out. We're still great friends now, and we still keep in touch. You know, it was the happiest time of my life. I was very, very happy. We made each other happy. I think we were good for each other. Yeah. And our kids got along great. And they still all keep in touch too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, which is nice.
It is. Well, when you've loved somebody like that, and when it's been a grand passion like that, I always think it's really sad when you both go your separate ways and you never meet up again. You know, is she the one that got away? I think is she? Who
knows what the future holds? But I don't think, you know, there's a difference between in love with someone and loving someone. So I'll always love Elizabeth, and we'll always care for each other. But you know, I don't think we'll ever get back together. I doubt that very much. But look, we still keep in touch, which is nice.
And that's really important.
Yeah.
You look great. Front of the book, we like this. Looking extremely well.
Thank you.
Over the years, some people have said you might have had a bit of help. Have you had a bit of help?
No. It sort of makes me giggle that I think...
You've not had a facelift or a body lowering or anything.
Look, there's no scars anywhere. Look, have a look wherever you want. There's no scars. I've got plenty of wrinkles. It sort of makes me giggle.
Does it? Do you find it really funny?
Well, I think, if I wanted to have something done to my face or whatever it was that you do, then I would have no shame or saying, you know what, I've gone and done it.
The things you've said in here, I think you'd be fine.
You know what I mean? I don't think I would hide that. So, and if everyone's curious about it, there's one thing with Elizabeth that was interesting too, that, you know, it's like I'd never worn a suit before. Suddenly we had all these sporting people and I suppose the entertainment people all meeting together, and they'd camp outside the house. And the next day you'd sort of just flicking through the paper and you'd say, well, Shane was wearing a blue jacket, a white shirt, and I'm like, well, I have worn a jacket before, you know, I'm nearly 50 years of age.
Indeed,
so,
indeed.
Anyway, it was quite funny, it made me giggle.
I know, well, that's good. That's the only way to treat it, I guess. It really is. Now, are you single now then?
Yes, Lorraine, I'm single.
And how... Now, this is a difficult one because...
Very single.
Very single?
Very single. There's a difference, isn't there, between single and very single?
So how does somebody like you go out and try and chat up women? Because it's hard. I mean, do you have to go online, datings, or do you just meet people in a bar? Or what do you do?
I've tried all those different things. I've given them a good go, most of that. It's quite difficult, you know. It's not easy these days. I think that generally it's your friends. Your friends say, look, I know this, I've met, they'd be perfect for you. And it's pretty blind dates and those sorts of things. So I've been on a few of those.
Right.
Didn't go back twice.
Right. So still looking.
So I'm still looking, yes, Lorraine. Let's just say we're still looking.
We're still looking.